All right, what is up? I don't know. How's the new intro music? I'm actually looking to get some new intro music made, but until then, I don't know if that was annoying or if it was cool. But either way, we're back. Sorry, it's been a while because I don't know. My last few days off been either real busy, internet not working, or had family in town visiting, so have not been able to get on here and do much streaming with y'all. But we're back, and for the first time ever, we are streaming to 3 different platforms. We've got Twitch, YouTube, and a brand new Facebook page. I think it's working. Let me look while I'm thinking about it. Probably should have done this before I went live, but whatever. Oh, it is working. Okay. So we're here. Gonna do the same stuff. Love the logo. Thanks. Oh, the one on the screen, the on my monitor background. Thanks. That is King Rora from Twitch. Usually in the chat here. He joins us often. I think he's at work right now though, but he designed that for me. So appreciate it. Anyway, we're going to go right back into where we left off with some paranormal video reviews. I've already got Nuke's page pulled up as usual. Shout out Nuke's Top 5 as always. The best paranormal content on YouTube, of course. Aside from the Scallywag 32. So, get into it. Lapdog, welcome to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. We're going to go right into this first video. Oh, hold on. Let me change my sound settings. Got this going to the wrong place. All right. We should be good now. Sorry for the weird goof up there. Now we're working.
Top 5 ghosts caught on camera
Is that too
dancing
loud? That seems loud.
with the dead. 11 years ago, Tony Noguera recorded a short video of his son Elijah dancing to a Green Day song that was playing on their TV. He uploaded the video to his
Green
YouTube
Day.
channel,
I'm down with that.
and for years the video went mostly unnoticed. That is, until Tony's footage was shared on Reddit and hundreds of Reddit users agreed on one thing. There's something truly bizarre going on in this
Let's
video.
see. There always is, Nuke.
Dan, look at Elijah. Go like this. Elijah. Hey, like this.
I saw someone in the
Elijah, look at-
background, but
Hey. Elijah, go like
I
this.
thought.
Were you dancing to some Green Day? Dance, go.
Did you see it?
No, I don't know.
Right behind little Elijah, what looks like the dark, shadowy figure of a child.
I thought I saw something there. Hold on, let me close these blinds a little bit. It's a little bright. Much better. Much, much, much better.
Can be seen, just kind of standing
Yeah,
there
I thought I saw
watching
someone
the
there.
family.
It's pretty creepy.
A few seconds later, and the child disappears.
So you'd think if it was actually someone's another kid sitting back there, the
A few
quality.
seconds later, and the child.
Hold on.
Did you see it?
Would be a little
Right
better.
behind little Elijah, what looks like the dark.
Well, I don't know. I guess it is pretty dark back in there. And Elijah, at least right here, looks like he's looking at it, but we can't see his eye, so we don't know what he's looking at for sure. But I guess it is pretty dark back in there. There could actually be a kid there, but who knows? Hard to say. It's pretty creepy regardless.
Shadowy figure of a child can be seen, just kind of standing there watching the family. A few seconds later, and the child disappears. Even creepier, right after the small shadowy figure is seen, a strange, unexplained childlike giggle can be heard.
Elijah, go like this.
Now, I reached out to
Huh,
Tony
it's pretty
Noguera
strange.
personally, and he says
It
that
didn't sound. You could hear the TV in the background, but it didn't sound like it was coming from the TV. But again, we don't know, who all is there. If there's more than one kid there, it's hard to say on all of this stuff.
Has no idea who or what this unexplained figure might be. But he says his house does have a very creepy history. Tony's house is inside a gated community in Reno, Nevada, and the property on which the neighborhood was built used to be an old graveyard back in the 1960s.
Again, we're on the same generic kind of cliche storyline. The property's built on an old burial ground. A cult used to live here. Pet cemetery stuff. The old Micmac burial ground. It's all the same stuff. Whether or not any of it's true, I don't know. I think a lot of things, as stories get passed on, everyone adds their own little detail just to add a little bit to the creepy factor, make it a little more scary, things like that, and then they just kind of take off, and all of a sudden, everyone's house is on an old Indian burial ground. I think that happens a lot. That's just my opinion, though.
So could this creepy apparition be the ghost of a child buried on the community grounds long ago? Let me know what you think down in the comments. Really Haunted. Lee from the YouTube channel Really Haunted says that his house in England is a hotspot for strange paranormal activity.
I remember that.
For over 2 years, Lee and his family have witnessed and captured terrifying events caught on static cameras that are set up throughout their home. Now, if you're a long-time news,
I think some of them may have been a little questionable, as far as hoax go. That first one, I don't know. We really need more information. It's hard without a lot of the context, but.
Stop by viewer, you've probably seen some of Lee's scary poltergeist moments in my videos. And well, things have only gotten worse. Late one night, Lee is fast asleep in bed when his hallway and bedroom static cameras capture something downright chilling.
That is weird. The sound associated with it was strange. So it's worth noting, and I really need to get my new video out on YouTube. I made a video, or I made a script. I haven't recorded the video yet. Breaking down the different types of spirits, and not all of them, obviously that'd take forever, but the basics. And one of them that's one of the more common type hauntings we see, or alleged hauntings, if you will, is poltergeist and non-human type haunting. But historically speaking, from everything I've seen, your classic poltergeist haunting is typical of a lot of the stuff we're seeing with these people. Stuff moving on its own. An invisible force, scooting chairs out, moving their big couch, as it were, or all kinds of, and those, this light fixture up here, the knocks and everything like that. That's normal for poltergeist. What you don't see a lot with that sort of haunting is actual visual of a shadow person, a spirit, an apparition, whatever you want to call it. So again, everything in this field is really, it's theoretical. You don't know anything for sure. There's no scientific hard evidence of anything. But based on what I've seen, I would venture to say that poltergeists don't make themselves visible. And what shape could they take? If it's a non-human spirit, they were never a person. Why would they be shaped like a person? So I don't know. It's kind of, I would say, unusual to see a shadow figure with poltergeist activity. But again, who knows? No one knows for sure. That thing's really going to town, though. Tavia, welcome back. If the poltergeist has any kind of sentience, taking human form would be very useful in emotional manipulation of victims. This is true, and one of the, I guess, they say for inhuman spirits, mostly speaking about demonic spirits or even angelic spirits, they have an ability to shapeshift. I don't know why a poltergeist might not have that. So they could possibly take any form they want for that very reason, to manipulate people.
A shadow figure seems to slowly rise from the floor in the hallway and then inexplicably zooms upwards into the ceiling. Lee says that whatever this strange shape was, it actually knocked open the attic door.
Yeah, and I think
the sounds you hear in the video are the attic door being...
that inhuman spirits inherently have sentience, because really the only kind of haunting you would have without sentience would be like a residual haunting. So this would be an intelligent haunting. Inhuman would be intelligent haunting. So yeah, it would inherently have to have sentience, but at least logically. Sorry, I don't know why I hit my mute button there.
Violently pushed open and then just
Oh,
moved
I know
around.
why. I'm just gonna tell the cat to shut up. 1 second. I hate that cat.
Then later we cut to Lee's bedroom, and now whatever is in the attic seems to be moving Lee's overhead lamp around. But things get even weirder, because a few days later Lee's wife Stacy is home and fast asleep in bed when she experiences something absolutely terrifying. Did you see it?
Oh, wow.
Now this one is a little hard to catch, but when the footage is sped up, you can clearly see another unexplained shadowy mass slowly floating towards Stacy before it violently yanks her hair. Surprisingly, the seemingly painful incident didn't wake her, and Stacy says she...
That's pretty interesting. That's hard to fake. You can definitely tell the hair goes by itself. If it's being faked, she's not doing it. He's obviously not doing it. It's coming straight out, so it would have to be going straight toward this wall. It's possible, but man, that'd be hard to fake. I'm not entirely sure about that. I think it's pretty possible for non-sentient energy to just explode itself, pent up enough. Say a thunderstorm comes by and just lets the floodgates open. If that energy were to pop, it's got to go somewhere and do something. Non-sentient energy to explode. I don't know. Definitely hard to fake. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I'm not sure I'm fully following your point here. It's pretty possible for non-sentient energy to just explode if it's pent up enough. Let's say a thunderstorm comes by and just lets the floodgates open. That energy were to pop. Gotta go somewhere and do something. I'm not sure what you mean. Sorry.
He doesn't remember any of it. After viewing the footage, the couple was understandably pretty freaked out. Lee says that this is the most terrifying footage that he has ever caught, because it seems that whatever is haunting his home is becoming more and more violent and aggressive.
And that's pretty
I highly recommend that you check out all of Lee's paranormal experiences over on his YouTube channel, Really Haunted. If you see a video that you think would be perfect for the top 5, or if you have a ghost hunting channel and you caught something great, contact me at nukestop5@gmail.com.
Fake what we just saw with some good video editing. I know so little about video editing that I couldn't tell you even how to do it, but...
In the woods. This next mysterious video was sent to the popular Japanese YouTube channel, Fourth Wall. They explained that there was no extra information attached to the email in which the video file was shared. They tried reaching out to the sender,
Dog,
but they got no reply back.
Before? Have you seen my my video from my back porch security camera that I recently caught.
Video, a man appears to be walking through the woods, seemingly looking for someone. What happens next is absolutely horrifying.
I actually just posted it to my YouTube channel as well, so check it out over there.
誰かいますか?
Shit quality though. That's what makes this tough. I had seen something move, but there's no way to tell what it was. Okay, I see it. This looks to me, this is just my first impression. We haven't really dove in, hasn't been cleared or anything by Nuke to show things better. But my first impression is a residual type haunting. Just looks like people walking through the woods have no sentience, as we're talking about it. No notice that this guy's even here. No interaction with him. No way to do so because it's just a residual, like a video, like a videotape just playing over and over and over again.
In the distance, what appears to be a tree branch can be seen moving bizarrely on its own.
Yeah, I saw that. That's kind of weird. But it's line... that's...
In the distance, what appears to be a tree branch can be seen moving bizarrely.
So that's really weird. I think that might be some kind of weird... We got such terrible video quality here. It looks like, you know, the branch... There's one coming here, and this one for some reason is standing up, and then it suddenly like leans over, and then it's like connected back
on its own
with that one. I don't know what would cause that, but it just strikes me as kind of a weird video effect because we have terrible video quality here.
And shortly after, the man spots two translucent...
So this is what I'm talking about. These things
walking out of the dark forest.
Walking
one
through.
Large figure and one small.
I don't know if it's a large and a small. They may just be, you know, different distances away. But it's potato quality again, so it's really hard to tell.
Now, some people in Fourth Wall's comment section suspect that the man might be looking for someone inside the infamous Aokigahara forest. The same.
I think that's the suicide forest in Japan at the base of Mount Fuji. I could be wrong though.
Forest where many Japanese men and women take their own lives.
Wow. Yeah.
But what do you think? You can watch many more creepy videos of strange ghosts.
That suicide forest over there in Japan. Give me your thoughts on it if you're aware of it. What it is, if you haven't heard about it. There's this big, actually really beautiful forest at the base of Mount Fuji in Japan, where for whatever reason it has a really high rate of suicide. People go there to commit suicide, and they have for a long time, to the point where the Japanese government has taken a lot of steps to try to curb it a little bit. And I think nowadays, like, it's still happening a lot, but I think a lot of it might be it's happening on account of it being the suicide forest. It's just like kind of, you know, this is where people go to kill themselves. That's where I'm going to go to kill myself. That's just really, really bizarre. And it's a really, really pretty forest. And it's got kind of that, I don't know, kind of a enchantment type vibe to it. But it's really kind of an interesting thing. Is there anything supernatural? I doubt it. Like I said, I think it's kind of more of a pop culture thing, as weird as that sounds for suicide. But it's just I think it's a popular place to commit suicide because it's a popular place to commit suicide. At this point, anyway.
Mostly sightings over on the YouTube channel, Fourth Wall. Viewer videos. Nuke's top 5 viewer Rocky reached out to me about a video his sister took at their family home in South Florida. Rocky claims that their home might be haunted
Set
as
my
the family
video to
has
nuke.
witnessed their
I
TV
hope
turning on by itself,
it makes one of
glasses
his
suddenly
lists.
breaking, and the voice of an older man coming from somewhere inside their house. Even stranger, Rocky claims that they have seen glimpses of strange shadow figures throughout the house. Rocky says that their home is in a bit of a bad neighborhood where many horrible crimes have taken place. He says that he wonders if their home could have been the site of
South
some
Florida.
tragic event that caused the
Sounds
haunting.
like a Miami
One day,
thing.
Rocky's sister Jay believes she saw yet another shadow figure in the bathroom of their house and begins to record with her phone. What she captures is truly bizarre.
This is 2021. This video quality is terrible.
Did you see it? As
did
Jay
see
is
that.
playfully switching back and forth between
I
her
did
phone's
notice that.
selfie and front camera, she catches what appears to be a very strange shadow right behind her brother. Now, when analyzing
Yes.
this footage, it should be noted that Rocky is holding a large cup in his right hand, virtually eliminating the possibility that this strange shadow
I don't think it eliminates it. The lighting, the camera hasn't adjusted to the low light or possibly high light situation over here. So it's really goofed up. There's nothing saying he didn't put his cup down and, you know, this is a blanket or something. He's moving or whatever. Who knows? Japanese society value respect and privacy. Makes sense someone would use force because it's excluded from society. And like your brother or anybody be bothered there. Oh, to bother there probably just happenstance. A number of suicides were found there. Then once it blew up publicly, it kind of just came place. We're going to do it anyway. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Exactly. I don't buy that one at all. It's not a shadow. It's a solid object. It has depth. Yeah, you can see, kind of a reflection from the window there. It's definitely three-dimensional. I'm not convinced at all on this one.
might be his own arm. At the speed that
think
the
it
shadow
is.
flies
It could be
upwards,
his
it
own
seems very unlikely that Rocky would be throwing his beverage up like that. There's also nothing behind Rocky that could explain the sudden appearance and disappearance of the shadow. There's only a teddy bear. So just what is this?
None too compelling.
This next creepy video was sent in to me by a Nuke's Top 5 viewer who has a family member who works at the Huntington County Historical Museum in Indiana. The Huntington Museum is home to a collection of Indiana historical artifacts and sits right next to the Old Town Railroad track. And to me, I'm just saying, ancient historical artifacts plus building near creepy old railroad equals it's probably haunted. But let's take a closer look.
I'm not sure what.
One
a
day when
railroad
the
has to
museum
do
is
with that.
closed and empty, the security camera motion detector is triggered by something.
Yeah,
When
actually,
the staff checks
we
the
see that
footage,
a lot.
they are
where things are
shocked
very
by what
clearly
they
cut.
find.
For sure. Oh yeah, there's something on the move over there.
A dark mass can be seen darting towards the staircase in the back, and then quickly disappearing back into the darkness. Now, some might say that this is simply a digital glitch, and that this figure is maybe just a person moving too quickly for the camera to pick up.
That's possible, but that'd be a really short person. And I don't see anything that's real obvious right off the bat. What could be doing this? I didn't see anything moving anywhere else. I also am not sure. Let me find a reference. Trying to find a shadow reference. Okay, looks like they're kind of casting this direction.
Clearly. However, note that at the exact same moment, a car passes by the glass door nearby.
I noticed that, and I was wondering if possibly there was some kind of light play off of that car going by that's causing it, but I don't
And the car
think
can be
so.
seen in pretty crisp detail. But as for the dark mass, there are no visual details at all. It's just an odd, shapeless black mist.
Employees or such.
Even creepier, the shadow figure is very
like 360
small,
pixels.
about
Yeah,
the
it's pretty
size
bad.
of a young child. But what do you think? Is the hunting
Yeah, the frame rate could be an issue, but like you said, the car that went by looked pretty good.
museum
So I
haunted?
don't know. That one's a
You decide.
little unusual.
Good friends Jay and Gino are hanging out, having a few drinks at Jay's home in England. Then this happens.
So oddly enough, this kind of thing can happen. You know how when you have ice in a drink or whatever, you can hear it pop as it breaks apart and stuff. And I'm not 100% sure what causes it, but either way, it doesn't matter. It actually can pop this glass with quite a bit of veracity and violence. So if they're showing it, it looks like the glass might break. It's not out of the question to think possibly just that ice popping breaks the glass. I don't think that's out of the question at all. Yeah, there is a bit of a lack of reaction.
Jay's CCTV camera captures the moment when one of the glasses sitting on the table mysteriously shatters into pieces. Now, Jay has no explanation for this creepy event, but a few days later,
Scared the crap out of the dog, I'll say that.
and things just get weirder.
So, my whole theory of the ice breaking the glass, that's highly unusual to happen once. Happening twice, I would say that's pretty as close to impossible without being impossible as you can get. So maybe there is a little something going on here.
Knee sideways.
You know.
This time, the two friends both witness another glass explode on the table right in front of them. Jay explained in his email that he's experienced a few other strange
That is
things,
pretty
but
weird.
nothing.
I wonder if they have a sniper. You have a BB gun sniper somewhere? Glass first shot dishwasher. That could be too. Yeah, that if it's getting really hot and you put something really cold in it, that's a possibility. But you wouldn't think that they'd be able to get this relaxed, you know, get it out of the hot dishwasher, fill up something cold, get over here, get this relaxed, and then it happens. I wouldn't think, but I don't know. I'm not a physicist. Maybe stop using that table. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, especially delicate stuff like wine glasses. Really possible.
Worth a concern. Now, honestly, I'm not exactly sure what's causing Jay's glasses to just randomly explode. Is it paranormal? Or does the glassware manufacturer just need to do a product recall on Jay's shitty glasses?
It might
You
be a
decide.
sniper.
After school, paranormal investigator Crisel Luna gets the unique chance to investigate a very old public school in Mexico that is said to be haunted.
Hi, Mrs. Sky.
Now, most
by the way.
allegedly
Very well.
haunted locations that I talk about on this channel have long been abandoned or deserted. But this particular school is still in use.
I built you a delicious
In fact,
cake,
the
by
old
the
school
way,
building
when
is
you
only
get home.
temporarily shut down because of the current health situation around the world. So shortly after her arrival, Crisel interviews a woman named Isabel who has worked as a cleaner and caretaker at the school for many years. Isabel claims to have seen bizarre shadows walking the school hallways and has heard strange unexplained
ghosts in your high
noises
school?
throughout the building. She
I don't
explains
think there was one in my high school. I've seen a lot of stuff about like high schools being haunted and stuff, and it kind of makes sense. But never had one in a high school. A fire department I used to work at, one of the stations was supposedly haunted. And there's a lot of weird stuff that happened there.
that the school was founded by a teacher named Magana, a man who lost his life inside one of the school's classrooms. Locals say that they see his ghost walking the school grounds very often at around 5 in the afternoon, and it is said that he picks up chairs and smashes them against the floor in anger. Crisel is joined by her friend Melissa as they start their investigation inside the classroom where the teacher Magana is said to have passed away. When Crisel asks for a sign,
Oh yeah, I think you told me about
things
that
take
before.
a very
Yeah, that's what happened
bizarre
at the
turn.
that fire
Y
station.
con todo
Someone had hung
respeto, a mí me
themselves in
gustaría
the hose tower.
pedirle, de verdad, con todo respeto, a su energía, por todo lo que se dice, porque se dice que él habita aquí, porque se dice que todavía lo ven aquí, que todavía él avienta cosas con mucho enojo, como nos contaba la señora Isabel. ¿Por qué no lo sabemos? Pero sí, de verdad, a mí me gustaría pedir algo, una manifestación de su energía. Si es que él estuviera aquí, de verdad, sé que estoy jugando tal vez con fuego, pero nadie entra aquí de noche y yo estoy haciéndolo hoy porque quiero saber. Ay, ahí se escucha algo. Ay, ¿qué fue? ¿Qué fue? ¿Qué fue? ¿Qué fue? ¿Qué fue? Se está escuchando algo. ¿Tú viste, Melissa? No, algo se está moviendo. Algo se está moviendo.
It's hardly throwing a
Pero
chair.
muy leve. Ay, no manches, es este mesabanco. Ay, ay, no, 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 no. Se está moviendo, ven, 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 ven. ¿Este fue el que se movió? Sí. Híjole.
One of the classroom's desks suddenly begins to move on its own. Could it be that the ghost of teacher Magana is moving it? Maybe trying to pick it up?
So we've all had a wobbly chair, right? And some of them, the imbalance is so small that it really doesn't take much to move it one way to make it rock like that. So really, as little as that's moving, I don't, I believe it could be the wind. We can't discount like a cross breeze or something.
Throw it to the floor? Either way, the movement is very slight. After this scary experience, Crisel and Melissa head over to investigate a different classroom inside the old school building that they believe is haunted by the child ghosts of former students. And this is when things start to get really creepy.
Puedo sentir mucho más frío, de verdad se los digo, mucho más frío que en el otro salón, que es donde murió el profesor. Se siente helado y no sé por qué, muchísimo más baja la temperatura aquí. Y ¿sabes qué? ¿Qué pienso, Melissa? De verdad es como si aquí hubiera niños, no sé, el alma de un niño o de varios niños, porque tal vez uno de ellos o varios que vinieron, porque es una escuela muy vieja, ya perdieron la vida. Y puede ser también que
Yeah, that's pretty weird. Pretty weird story.
¡Ay!
That would creep me out for sure. This one's a little harder to explain with wind or cross breeze or anything.
Ya perdieron la vida y puede ser también que ellos vengan aquí por.
Yeah, there's no reason that should happen
Se
naturally.
movió. Se movió este libro. Ay, no manches.
That being said, super easy to fake.
No, hay que tocarlo.
A school book moves on its own, giving both Crisel and Melissa a bit of a fright, but they continue their investigation. When they find the school's library, they also find something terrifying.
Vamos a entrar. Este parece que es como una biblioteca, ¿será, Meli?
And that's another thing about hauntings, since you bring it up. A lot of people assume, like across the whole paranormal field, really, that something tragic has to have happened at a place for it to be haunted, or there has to be some sort of dark history. And I don't necessarily believe that has to be true, because they say ghosts can attach to like an object or something, or really anything else. I mean, if you think a ghost, especially like an inhuman spirit, can go anywhere they want to, anywhere in the world, in the universe, I suppose. They're not only gonna haunt, an Indian burial ground or something. I wouldn't think. So I don't know. I don't buy into the whole it has to have a dark history, but we do seem to see it if you believe, what people say. Excuse me. We do tend to see hauntings in places like that more often, however. Morton curtains and then across the rails, to a little space at the bottom. My hand resting in the gap inside attachment. Wow, really? Yeah, that'd be pretty scary. Like, no doubt.
Una biblioteca. Parece ser una biblioteca. Vean cómo hay poquitos libros. Tampoco son muchos, estamos hablando. Ahí hay algunos más que están arrumbados. Pero es una escuela. Miren, ahí se ve la luz prendida de la oficina que les decía, justamente a la que no podemos pasar.
I completely agree. I think you're right on that. I don't think they have a spirit, depending on the type, probably, but I don't think they have the same sense of time as we do. And again, I go back to a residual haunting, right? They have no sense of anything, much less time. But yeah, even a intelligent haunting, let's say an intelligent human spirit, yeah, I wouldn't suspect that they would have that same sense of time going by as we do. It really doesn't even make sense for them to have that that ability to sense time, if you really think about it.
Vamos a...
What a boring existence, you know? That would be.
Ay, Dios mío, no, a ver, no podemos salir por aquí. A ver, no se puede. A ver, espérate con él. Ay, híjole, de verdad. No, yo no puedo.
I don't even see what happened.
Alguien está aquí.
I missed what
Alguien
happened.
está aquí. Ay, no se me puede. Dios mío, Dios mío, Dios mío.
Grisel and Melissa are shocked when they see a dark figure walking the hallway right outside of the library. But when they look into the hall, there's no one there. The
So
mysterious shadow
I do like how they did see. I mean, it looks like a.
figure has just disappeared.
It does look like a figure. I do like that it did obviously scare the crap out of them. They took a step back, but then they started, back towards it to see if they can catch it. That's good. That's what you want to see. You don't want to see the paranormal investigators that freak out when they see something paranormal, as if that makes any sense. So they actually go try to catch it again, and then they go around the corner to see if they can see it that way.
Into
It's a good
thin
move.
air.
I like that. As far as the shadow, I don't know. I'd have to see, where the light's coming from, who's standing where. They could be casting the shadow themselves, but like I said, I just don't know. We don't have the context of the layout or of the layout of the building or anything like that.
So is the old school haunted by the restless spirit of teacher Magana? And could the ghosts of former students be haunting the empty classrooms? You let me know what you think. You can watch
It
this
looks pretty
entire
good. I mean, it looks like
investigation and
someone
many more creepy
with a hat
videos over on the
walking by.
YouTube channel, Grisel Luna. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Instagram here, Twitter here, or hey, look at that. It's a TikTok. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you next week.
Speaking of shameless plugs, I have recently got myself a YouTube channel, Scallywag Space 32, and I just started a Facebook page. I'm also streaming to that simultaneously when I stream to Twitch and YouTube. So that one's Scally Space Wag, first name Scally, last name Wag. Please check them out. Throw me follows, subscribe, throw some likes on some of my videos. Maybe trying to get out there, trying to make an actual thing of this. I don't see a lot of people doing what we do, so I think we may be able to carve out a niche, as they say. In this world, I would certainly appreciate it if you go check them out. I will. I think the link to my YouTube is down in the About section if you're watching on Twitch, which I think everyone here is. I don't have the Facebook one yet. I need to add that. But like I said, Scally Space Wag, and it will have my little ghost logo. You'll recognize it that way. Anyway, top 5 scary ghost videos that will make yo daddy... What is it? Leave home. It's a little messed up. Like go to get cigarettes, never come back. That kind of thing. It's pretty dark, Nuke. Pretty dark.
Top 5 ghosts caught on camera. The Magnolia Hotel. The Magnolia Hotel in Seguin, Texas is said to be extremely haunted by multiple ghosts. The hotel was built in 1840, and over its 180-year history, many...
Did they say Texas? I think it said Texas, right? I wasn't paying that close attention.
people have passed away inside its walls, some even taking their own lives. The current owners of the hotel, Jim and Aaron Getty, claim to have experienced intense paranormal activity while living there. And many of the hotel guests have captured ghostly images of spirits that haunt the hotel. One of the most active spirits in the hotel is said to be that of a 12-year-old girl named Emma. Oddly enough, Emma never even...
Why do little girls make ghosts more often than anyone else, it seems like? It seems like every third ghost is a little girl.
Stayed in the Magnolia Hotel, but the man who violently took her life did live there. In 1874, a man named Wilhelm Faust horribly ended little Emma's life using an axe. Wilhelm was still staying at the Magnolia Hotel when he was caught and executed for his crime. It is said that both the angry spirit of Wilhelm and the gentle child ghost Emma are both forever trapped inside the Magnolia Hotel. Paranormal investigators Colin and Peyton from the YouTube channel The Paranormal Files travel to the Magnolia Hotel to do an investigation at the allegedly haunted inn. They experience something truly bizarre.
Knocks, like especially solitary knocks, mean very little in large old buildings like this. To me.
It's really said that thing likes to whistle in here.
Do you listen to firework?
Yeah, it is.
Again. Not too compelling.
It's not a gun.
It is Texas. Oh, really? That's cool. Have you seen this hotel? If not, you should go check it out. See if you can get us some convincing footage.
That's a gun.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Only coming from literally right there.
They hear the unexplained sounds of knocking and possible gunfire while exploring the hotel rooms. However, it's what they didn't hear at the time that is absolutely chilling.
I'm gonna sit down for a second too before we go to the unfinished part. Kill the lights.
Yeah.
Guys, I know it's kind of boring.
That'd be cool.
Guys, I know.
Okay, so, again, try not to look at subtitles, and luckily I didn't see it the first time, because I've talked about it many times. I call it audio matrixing, where you're kind of, your mind, when you hear something, is trying to make it into something recognizable, words, basically. So, like, if you hear two syllables in a whisper that doesn't really say anything, you just kind of put whatever two words fit your scenario, make the most sense to you. And you're really subject to suggestion. So when people put subtitles, like what they want you to think a ghost might be saying, once you read that, that's going to be all you hear. So it's hard to remove yourself. I don't like when they put subtitles for that reason. So luckily I missed it the first time. They're trying to say it says mommy. I heard more of a cat meow. Let's see what y'all think.
Guys, I know it's kind of boring. Guys, I know.
See, now that I know they want us to think it says mommy, that's all I can hear. But that's how it works. It's recognizable. The brain is well known to take shortcuts anywhere, so you provide an answer. Yeah, absolutely. And that's why you see, like, faces in clouds or wood grain or stuff. There's obviously not a face there, but your brain puts it together to make the world around it make sense.
I know it's kind of guys, I know.
The voice of what sounds like a young girl can be heard saying the eerie word, mommy. Now, if that wasn't creepy enough, the owners of the Magnolia Hotel actually caught what they believe to be the same young girl, little Emma, on one of their static cameras. The camera is set up in the room where the ghost of Emma has reportedly been seen and heard the most. They call it the, quote, children's room. One day they leave a bunch of balls and toys for Emma to play with. And then this happens.
So this is a classic paranormal investigator theory, or not theory, method. Especially if you're dealing with possibly the spirit of a child. You put toys and things out there. A ball is really popular because it's easy to move. It takes very little energy to move it. So I like this. I like this move. That being said, since a ball does require so little energy to move, a good, not even real strong cross breeze coming through this house could move it. That being said, this is a really light curtain here, looks like. It's sheer. Looks like a real light dress here. The blanket might be kind of heavy, but let's see if any of that other stuff moves. Yep. Right there. Did you see it? I think we have a strong cross breeze coming through. It's these things you got to watch for. Right here is where we're looking on this dress. It's moving a little now. And then when it really takes off, the dress moves quite a bit. Now, it doesn't really explain what we just saw there. However, the ball moving, I think, appears to be a cross breeze. Psychologically part of what played into stuff like Bloody Mary channel, yeah. Mechanic, you can actually try it yourself. We go in the mirror, low light, sternal blinking reflection. Yep, yes, absolutely. And it could be the smallest thing, like a smudge on the mirror, or like something in like a textured wall, painted wall behind you. You might be able to pick a face out of there, and it's all, especially like you said, low light. It's matrixing. That's all it is. And that accounts for a really large number of supposed paranormal encounters in my experience. So it looks like they have probably vibration sensors here, which if you get that strong cross breeze that can move that ball, the ball itself moving could be making those go off. But as we saw with the dress moving, we definitely have a breeze. But something moved.
Balls on the floor mysteriously seem to just start rolling around on their own. But what's most bizarre about this footage is the
those are light up balls. Never mind. I thought they were motion sensors.
Strange shadow figure that
That's
follows
a little more
right
strange.
after the unexplained movement. Could it be that the spirit of little Emma is playing with the toys? Is the Magnolia Hotel haunted by the ghosts of the people who lost their lives inside its walls? Let me know what you think down in the comments. You can watch Colin and Peyton's entire investigation over on the YouTube channel, The Paranormal Files. And you can find more spooky evidence and photos over on the Magnolia Hotel's Facebook page. Viewer videos. In this next segment, I'm very happy to feature some extremely creepy videos that were sent to me directly via email by Nuke's Top 5 viewers. First up, this video was sent in by Dex, who claims that one of his friends has been going on apartment viewings in the hopes of finding a new place to live. His friend recorded one of the empty apartments so he could look back at the footage later to help him decide. When he reviews his footage, he is shocked by what he finds.
We have context. That's important. It's important to know also on these why someone is filming, why someone's taking a photo and stuff like that. A lot of things you can immediately dismiss as a hoax. If like someone takes a picture of a wall and, a face is down in the corner, you got to ask yourself, why were you taking a picture of the wall in the first place? It just doesn't make sense. Or one of my favorites is people will take a picture of like a friend or a family member or something, and they have the camera like really off center, and then all of a sudden someone mysteriously a transparent ghost appears on the side where they're panned over. Why wouldn't your subject be centered in the photo? Things like that make it really easy to identify fakes. People are setting up a hoax a lot of time with those. But we have context. We know why he's filming. It's important. Haunting aside, it's a little too much key lime green for my taste. He saw it too.
Did you see it? While recording, Dex's friend thinks he sees something out of...
The first thought, you know, obviously there looks like there's windows behind him as he's looking at this. I thought, you know, for sure it was his shadow. But when he looks back, it doesn't seem like he moves any further from where he was. And it's gone. So that wouldn't make any sense.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I don't think it's his
While
shadow.
recording, Dex's friend thinks he sees something out of the corner of his eye. A dark shadow-like figure standing at the end of the hallway. But when he pans back, nothing there.
Hold on a second. I want to go... Damn it, I went too far. Bear with me here.
Did you see it? While recording, Dex's friend thinks he sees something out of the corner of his eye. A dark shadow-like figure standing at the end of the hallway. But when he pans back, nothing there.
So I'm not seeing any changes in the light. Like, you know, there's a possibility a car goes by or something that reflects light off maybe and causes, you know, his shadow to be cast on this hallway. Which would be, you know, pretty coincidental. I don't think that's it because the lighting around it doesn't change. It doesn't appear to get any brighter. I'm trying to look. I don't see any significant differences. He's definitely in the exact same spot. You can tell by the angle of this wall. Maybe not exact, but pretty damn close. I've had strange things happen in my apartment, but I've been lucky enough never to have any visuals. Oh, really? Door kind of looks shadowy already. Oh, the one on the right here? Yeah. And, you know, the angle, while subtly different, it is different. I don't think we're seeing as much of the door in this one as in the first one. Oh, you mean you can kind of see the shadow or the door? Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't think it's his shadow. I don't have an explanation for it. Which means, of course, it could be paranormal. We don't know. We just don't know.
So did Dex's friend
Maybe
capture
it's
a
a
ghost
ghost.
on camera? And could it be that the apartment is empty for a reason? I leave it up to you to decide. This next...
So your brain can really register. Yeah, at the same time, though, you may look around to try to figure out what's going on, try to explain, you know, see if there's someone else there, see if something makes sense. Possibly. I mean, it's hard to say what's in his head, but I didn't have any issue with what he did as far as moving and looking around. Not overwhelmingly compelling, but I thought it was one of our better ones. Hard to explain.
Next video was emailed to me by Connor from Corpus Christi, Texas. In his email, he explains that his
possibly,
cousin
but I
was
don't know why
awakened in
it
the
would
middle
be
of the night
gone,
when a
at
stranger
least
suddenly
completely
approaches his
gone.
Ring doorbell. The doorbell camera records as things take a very creepy turn.
Here we go. What are you doing, bro? Chill.
Hey guys, I swear to you, all my life, I swear I mean you no harm. No, please, I mean you no harm. Doggy.
So this is scary, but not for anything paranormal. I think this guy's on drugs.
Can you please come outside and let me know I'm alive?
Or super
I don't
drunk.
know what's going on. No, God, I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live. I swear I'm gonna live.
Yeah, he's just messed up.
Someone's in here. Guys, please come outside, please. Ah, no, I'm not dead. I'm not dead.
You keep that up, you're probably gonna be. according, like, based on his shirt, he's probably in Texas. It's a good place to get shot for acting stupid like that. Yeah, definitely. I think he might be super drunk. Things like this is why I have cameras set up all around my house. Meth will do that to you. See, I was thinking meth. Does it? Yeah, it makes you... I don't know. I've seen people act pretty weird on meth too. So yeah, that could be. Could be both. Could be drunk and high.
The man who rang the doorbell is odd and erratic as he pleads for them to open the door and let him inside. Understandably, they don't answer the door.
Good move.
And the man eventually walks away defeated, loudly yelling, "I'm not dead."
For real.
Connor's cousin has no idea what happened to the man, and the scary event remains a mystery. But I'd guess some chemical substances were probably involved. If you see a video that you think would be perfect for the top 5, or if you have a ghost hunting channel and you caught something great, contact me at nukestop5@gmail.com. Visits to the funeral home. Chinese.
We've talked about this before. I think it may have been with you. Why is that including ghosts? I'm not sure. Definitely not paranormal. But I think we talked about the funeral home thing. That if you do look at, geographic locations being, I don't know, a component of what causes hauntings, funeral homes really don't make any sense because no one dies at a funeral home. You're already long dead, and if you're, you have a ghost, a spirit, a soul that leaves a body, it's already going to be gone by the time you're at a funeral home. But we're always trying to be told that funeral homes are haunted in so many different videos, and it just doesn't logically make sense. People want to think that because, it's kind of spooky. Dead people have been there. Yeah. But no one died there. When I was living in suburban Detroit, this was common occurrence. I'm sure it was. Opioid epidemic there. Many people would have bad trips and go to the nearest house for help. Yeah. I live in Florida, and we have major meth issues here. People do that kind of weird stuff all the time. Yeah, and drugs, drugs can really, people act real scary on certain drugs. Molly's one, the bath salts, PCP, even meth. I mean, people just act like really scary. Yeah, I thought it was you. But I said more so that there isn't really a reason funerals should be more haunted than any other location. Yeah, right, exactly.
Ghost hunter and popular live streamer Xiao Long is back with another scary adventure at a creepy abandoned funeral home in Jinjiao City, China. Local legend says that restless souls unable to move on after their deaths have found themselves trapped inside the funeral home, eternally doomed to haunt the lonely abandoned building forever.
Okay, yeah.
Locals say the home is cursed.
Okay, I guess it's not fair to say nobody dies at a funeral home, because I guess funeral directors could die there at work. So, okay, that makes sense. I highly doubt you're going to haunt a place you work at. So, yeah, I definitely would not haunt where I work.
But, as always, none of that stops our boy Xiao Long.
I wouldn't want to be there.
He travels to the abandoned funeral home completely alone. As he's exploring outside the building, he stumbles upon an old abandoned hearse that was once used to transport bodies. What happens next is truly bizarre.
Yeah, that's odd, but not overly compelling. And I remember this guy. He makes a lot of strange noises.
Xiaolong fans love the creepy live stream and demand that he return to the haunted funeral home for yet another visit. As always, he broadcasts his investigation live as he explores a different area of the building. As you
Hey,
might
my child,
suspect,
that's my I
it
get on
did
board with
not
that, I
go
suppose.
well.
哎呦我操你妈呀！我去
Yeah, that
你
was pretty
妈的！
powerful flashlight.
我操！他妈的，这是放尸体了！我操！
So we're seeing a lot more.
我操！
So that's a lot more interesting than the car thing. Seems poltergeisty in nature. However, poltergeist being an inhuman spirit, it wouldn't make sense for him to be in a funeral home, particularly, I wouldn't think.
我操！他妈的，这是放尸体了！我操！
John Luke here for the spookiness. Good. We got some. Yeah, he says that all the time, Lapdog. It's actually one of the funny things about his channel. He says it all the time. Yeah, he's pretty confrontational about the whole thing.
我操！我操你妈！我对不起。
Xiaolong is horrified when he discovers that the area was actually used to store human bodies. Even though he's starting to freak out a bit, he returns to the crematorium carrying what he says is a protective amulet. He finds an old oven, and that's when he sees something absolutely horrifying.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a good eye.
操你妈！
It's those little details you gotta watch for. That's pretty weird. Hold on. Go back a sec. He's peeing himself. Yeah, definitely. I wish I had some reference to the size of this hole. It doesn't look like it's that big. Where that would be a normal size face. He freaks out so much. It's hilarious.
A terrifying pale face seems to rise up through the oven's air vent and then disappears back into the darkness. Could this be one of the souls that are said to be trapped inside the funeral home?
He's a little
I
dramatic,
leave it
that's
to you
for sure.
to decide. You can watch this
He could be
entire
playing
exploration
into a
and many
hoax.
more creepy videos over on Xiaolong's YouTube channel, Outdoor Xiaolong. Meanwhile, on TikTok. TikTok user
don't know why
Michael
these
says
always
that he
seem to be the
started
best
experiencing terrifying paranormal activity in his home after he
Okay, one of the things I've mentioned several times, if you're gonna fake like poltergeist activity, something moving, watch for the direction things are moving. More often than not, in my experience, if someone's faking this kind of thing, they're using the string trick, you know, some fishing line attached something, and it will almost always, the object will be coming straight towards them because they're pulling the string. And this looks like an example of that. This chair comes straight at him. Especially if someone who built a whole YouTube channel doing this, he'd be used to it by now. Yeah, you would think. Seriously look like Batman? I guess it kind of did.
experiencing terrifying paranormal activity in his home after he played around with a Ouija board at a friend's house. He says that he believes that he
Highly
might have
recommend not
accidentally
playing with the
summoned a
Ouija
demonic
board.
entity that followed
Even the
him
toy
home.
ones.
In an attempt to record himself and explain what's been going on, he's interrupted by something very
I think he might just be
creepy.
dramatic. What if he's just
So I've
dramatic?
had a lot of weird stuff been happening lately, and I can't. Hello?
A child's voice can be heard, yet Michael claims he has no children. He says he doesn't know where the mysterious voice could have possibly come from. So Michael decides to set up static cameras all around his
This is a good opportunity to explain the difference between like hearing a voice and experiencing an EVP or electronic voice phenomenon. basically, as a rule, electronic voice phenomenon are voices that we pick up on, electronic recording devices, hence the name. Excuse me. And kind of inherently, you're not going to hear these voices in person. You're just going to hear them when you listen to the audio back. That's why, like, in basic paranormal investigation equipment, you always have some kind of digital voice recorder or a tape recorder back in the day. Because you always go back and listen to the whole thing. And, you know, it kind of doubles the length of your investigation just listening to audio. But it's important because EVP seems to be an actual real thing. You pick up these voices on the recordings that you don't hear in person. In my experience and the experience of a lot of other investigators too. Disembodied versus EVP, exactly. Yep. Henry wants newish place. I was a little sleeping before. My mom was sleeping on the couch, maybe a foot away, and we heard someone call for mommy from the staircase. Really? Did it wake her up? Because I know women have like a just a natural preset to recognize children's voices, high-pitched voices. It's instinctual, so they can, you know, hear their children when they call out for help. And you know, women pick up higher pitched sounds, and it wakes them up more than it does for men, and a lot more than if it's like a lower pitch. My ward's a full bite apparitions. My house is a hot spot. Nice. We need to get some videos. Get some of that stuff up here. Let's check it out. Say sleeping. We were going. Oh, okay. She did react to it though. Nice. Good.
Home in the hopes of capturing more proof of the paranormal activity that has been terrorizing him. When he looks back at the footage from his kitchen camera, he's shocked. He's shocked.
So that doesn't seem like the cat did it. Cat definitely didn't do that. And it's important to note that it appears to have gone two different directions here. So string trick, not impossible, but yeah, really difficult to fake that with a string.
Michael and his girlfriend Heather decide to do another Ouija board session, this time to try to get answers as to what is going on. But things take a terrifying turn.
Like, it startled the cat, but it didn't look like it was actually scaring them, like to make them hiss or anything. Which I always say, you know, animals and children, it would have see a lot of things that we don't. But the cat, like I said, was startled, but didn't appear to be scared.
H.
Yeah.
E. R.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thought it was gonna be help. I mean, that's classic.
E.
Here. Oh my god. Goodbye. Oh my god, I don't
Again, even the toy Ouija boards, don't mess with them. Do me a favor. Do yourself a favor.
Oh no. Hold on.
Was that upstairs? Oh my god.
There's a question. I don't think. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Something violently crashes to the ground right next to Heather, and then they both hear a loud sound coming from upstairs. When they look up the staircase, someone or something that they can't see comes charging down the stairs at them. So it's Michael.
So his reaction, actually, I buy into it.
Was that upstairs? Oh my god. Oh my god!
Because you make all kind of stupid sounds when you're really scared. And he made a stupid sound, so I think he was really scared.
Something violently crashes to the ground right next to Heather, and then they both hear a loud sound coming from upstairs. When they look up the staircase, someone or something that they can't see comes charging down the stairs
Really?
at them. So is Michael's house haunted by a
I've
demonic
never had
entity?
anything like that.
Drop your
Dream like
thoughts
that.
down in the comments. TikTok user Roche Bananas is working the night shift as a security guard on a reservation in Saskatchewan, Canada, when she and her coworker see something very strange.
When we work night security 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. and we see something coming at us at midnight.
How is it?
It's a skinwalker, 100%. Oh, wow.
TikTok user Roche Bananas claims she has no idea what she recorded
That's a
that
cool
night
video.
and is pretty spooked by the creepy encounter. Many concerned TikTok viewers believe
So it has a shadow. My first thought is actually, it kind of looks like a ghillie suit. I don't know what kind of sense it makes. I don't know what goes on here. But
that it could be anything from a skinwalker to Bigfoot to a ghost. But what do you...
It looks like there's physically something there. It's casting a shadow and everything, and it doesn't appear to be transparent. Again, kind of looks like someone wearing a ghillie suit. But Skinwalker, that's one of the more interesting. It is on a reservation that goes right in line with Native American folklore. It fits pretty well. It could be that. Probably that drunk guy having accepted he was dead. Oh. Is the grass moving around it? I don't know. Let's go look. Let's have another peek.
TikTok viewers believe that it could be anything from a
It's really hard to tell.
To
It's
Bigfoot
kind of potato quality.
to a ghost. But
you can see. I doubt I'll be able to stop it in the right spot. Oh man, I was there.
Ghost.
You can see just barely. Right there. White shoes, which is a little sus. I mean, again, I don't know. Maybe ghosts wear white shoes or any whatever shoes a normal person would wear. But it flashes pretty bright that whoever it is has on white shoes. And there's a shadow being cast, and it's in line with all the other shadows. So I think we're actually seeing someone physically being there. As if the zigzag is moving, which you do in tall grass. Yeah, true.
A ghost. But what do you think it is? Is it real? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax?
I don't know
You
if it's a
decide.
hoax, but I think there's someone there.
The Eternal Bride.
The
All
people
the residents
filming
of
may not be
Culiacan
on
and
be
Sinaloa,
in on
Mexico
it.
know of the story of Lupita, the Eternal Bride.
Excuse me, goodness.
The story goes that back in the early 1950s, a young woman named Lupita was engaged to be married to her childhood sweetheart, Jesus. The bride-to-be and her fiancé were both friends with a man named Ernesto, who was hopelessly in love with Lupita. But Lupita had no romantic interest at all in Ernesto. Ernesto was driven mad by his jealousy, and on the wedding day, he took the life of Lupita's husband-to-be as she watched on in horror. Ernesto then took his own life.
Ernesto
Lupita was
sounds
so
like kind of a
traumatized
dick.
by the event that she never recovered and just completely lost touch with reality. Every Sunday for the next 30 years, Lupita would dress in her wedding gown and walk to the church cathedral in town. After her death in 1982,
That's really
she was
her?
buried,
That's crazy.
and it is said that she aimlessly roams the cemetery grounds, still in her wedding dress to this day. A paranormal investigator from Mexico who happens to share the name Ernesto from the YouTube channel Zona Paranormal Veracruz is joined by his friends and fellow investigators El Payaso de la Toledo and Lorena Jacobo. Together they explore the cemetery late at night. They hear strange unexplained sounds all around them, and then this happens.
Hey. Muéstrate, Lupita. Te pido que te muestres. Ya te vi. Ya jalaste energía. Es cierto, yo me llamo René. A la madre, payaso.
He didn't run.
Ahí,
Scared
güey.
the crap out of him, but he
Ahí,
didn't
ahí se
run.
asomó.
Good on him.
Yo me llamo Ernesto, como el que asesinó a tu esposo. Así se llamaba el que asesinó a tu esposo. ¿Estás
No, if I
enojada porque me
advertise
llamo
that.
como él? No quepo ahí. A ver, voy a ver si quepo.
She may hate you right off the bat.
A ver. payaso. Espérame.
El bote.
Espérame. Ay, güey.
Ay, Ernesto, no cabes, güey.
Ay, güey. Algo me está jalando, güey. Algo me está jalando la espalda, güey. Mira.
He's like, chill, bro. Damn.
Algo me jaló la mochila.
I feel like this gotta be very
Payaso,
annoying to
algo me jaló la mochila, güey. Vamos para la tumba. Está enojada conmigo, güey. Me jalaron
You're right,
la
you know,
espalda.
maybe
Me jalaron la espalda, güey.
I don't
Me
think
jalaron la
any of
espalda.
us take
Me
that
jalaron la
into
espalda.
account if we go on, some paranormal. That was a pretty good, actually, pretty good sound. We're gonna go back. In paranormal investigations, don't really take that into account. Maybe the ghosts don't want to interact with anyone, or they don't want to be documented, or whatever. Maybe they have feelings, which if it's a human spirit or even a intelligent inhuman spirit, might not want to be in on any of this kind of stuff.
La espalda, me jalaron la espalda. Vamos, payaso.
Esta tumba, güey. Está dentro de esa tumba.
Vamos, pero yo quiero ir a su tumba.
Ernesto is broadcasting live on Facebook when he spots someone appear and disappear near one of the graves. They hurry over to investigate, but Ernesto gets stuck in between two tombs. In a shocking turn, Ernesto feels someone or something pulling him back.
So he might, it sounded like he said he had a backpack on, I believe. He may have just caught it on something and he was trying to walk forward and it was stuck and he couldn't move and it felt like someone was pulling on him. Possibility.
And then, did you see it? Right behind Payaso, another mysterious apparition can be seen lurking behind the tomb. Now again, this is a live stream broadcast. The figure is spotted by the viewing audience, but the two investigators are completely unaware of what they've just captured. They continue their exploration.
Sounds hard to say. It might have been a weird shadow play on the camera.
Pues vamos a buscar a Lorena, güey.
Vamos a buscar a
Payaso caminó aquí enfrente, güey. Caminó aquí enfrente, cabrón. La agarré.
Get on your horse.
La agarré. Ay. La rodilla, güey.
Yeah.
Lore.
This is the place.
Vamos a buscar a Lore.
The dead.
Zero. Thank you
Vamos a buscarla.
for the
Lore.
follow and welcome to the
Sigue mandando saludos. Sí, estás en vivo todavía. Ahí está Lorena y está en vivo, señores. Lo que vimos a la novia.
Yo también.
La agarramos.
Ey, pero yo también la estoy viendo y la gente también aquí.
Es que dicen que me puede seguir porque yo me llamo como el que mató a su esposo.
Yeah, you're probably pretty annoyed.
Me jalaron la mochila. Había un lugar donde
You would
no
definitely
cabía.
think so.
Y me jalaron la mochila. A ver, les voy a enfocar para que vean que Lore sigue en línea.
Aquí estoy yo.
A ver, miren.
Aquí estoy.
Lore sigue en vivo.
The guys see an apparition that appears to be wearing a long white dress. They quickly go to
Let me know if
find
that
fellow
Discord link
investigator
is
Lorena, who's
outdated,
broadcasting her
'cause that
own
happens
live
to
stream
me
in a different
sometimes.
area of the cemetery. She explains that she too saw the figure of what appeared to be Lupita, the lonely bride.
The one down in my about
Now,
section.
as I mentioned, this stream was live,
should be correct.
so it would
I
be
checked that one
very
recently.
hard to fake. But what do you think? Let me know down below. You can check out more of Ernesto's creepy live streams over on his YouTube channel, Zona Paranormal Veracruz.
All right, that's the end of that one. I actually like those.
Thanks for
investigators.
watching. Follow me
they
on
run
Insta-
after the things they see instead of running away. Anyway, I'm going to take just a short break. I have to go de-beer and then re-beer. So I will be just a couple minutes. I'll go as fast as possible. Please stick around. I will be back in just a little bit. All right, we are back already. That wasn't so bad. I'm a little winded. Up and down the stairs. But I'm okay. I'm good. It's going to be especially frustrating with these kind of people that spook them off. But only bring 10 times more people just like them. Yeah. All right, let's see. It looks like we may have started this one.
Fail.
Anyway, we're going right in. Top 5 scary ghost videos and no creative title on this one.
Paranormal investigator Mark from the YouTube channel Donnie Drunkard believes his home in Canada is haunted by a very dark entity that attached itself to him after one of his many paranormal investigations. He's seen and recorded unexplained shadow figures and terrifying poltergeist activity that has terrorized both Mark and his cute little dog, Terry.
Oh, I've seen the one with
During two of his live streams, he points an SLS camera towards the storage closet in his basement.
So he's got a spirit box, SLS camera. I don't buy into the SLS camera that much. I think they have even more of a matrixing problem than people do. Just trying to put, make sense out of something, whatever they see, by putting, a stick figure person on it. That's just my opinion. I don't buy into that technology. But again, everything in this field is theoretical, so who knows? Spirit box, I'm still kind of on the fence on, but I kind of lean more towards liking them. That's nothing too compelling.
Yeah, I got him. Oh. Yeah, I got him. Oh. I got him. Oh.
Now, these videos might have seemed familiar to you, and that's because I featured Mark's story on my channel before. Since these terrifying events, the supernatural activity in his home hasn't decreased one bit. So in his recent YouTube live stream, Mark decides to do what is called, quote, the Roman exorcism ritual. He recites prayers from a book in an attempt to cleanse his home of the evil entity that won't leave him and his...
You need to look at exorcisms as you would wiring the electricity in your own house. Could you do it? Maybe. But is it worth the risk of if you screw up? Probably not. Leave it to the pros. Call someone in that knows what they're doing. Especially exorcism. Electricians cost a lot of money. I don't think it costs anything for a priest to come out to your house. I wouldn't think.
His little dog Terry alone. He broadcast the entire exorcism live for his YouTube viewers to see. It did not go well.
Exorcism.
Got REM pod going off.
That's okay. I'm gonna keep going.
Mark's REM pod goes off, but he doesn't think much of it. He continues to read prayers from the, quote, Roman ritual book. That's when things get downright chilling.
O God of heaven and God of earth, God of the angels and God of the archangels, God of the patriarchs.
So that's a pretty interesting question. I think, we got to go off the basis that when you're talking about an exorcism, you're not just talking about, your run-of-the-mill ghosts. It's generally demonic. Does Islam have demons? I don't know if Islam even recognizes demons. I'm not sure. We can look. It's what we're here for. Talk about the paranormal. Are there demons in Islam? Yep. Inciting humans to sin. Okay, so they have demons. Might be a little different. kind of like the Catholic view of Satan, I guess. They're compelling you to sin. So I don't know if it's the same kind of concept, but anyway, so the whole idea of demonic possession, I think, is pretty Catholic in general. So, you know, you would have a Catholic priest come out, and the Catholic Church has its own guidance, its own laws, as far as possession and exorcism. Now, could there be, you would think in the wide array of religion that demons, if they're a demon in the Catholic faith, they're going to be a demon in like Muslim faith or any other one. And we see that actually across a lot of religion. A lot of figures show up in every religion. Like God, there's a God in every religion. There's some, polytheist religions where obviously there's more than one. But in monotheist religions, there's a God, and it goes by different names, but it's still the same God, if that makes any sense. So you would think the demons are going to be the same demons, maybe by different names, but if a demon exists, he's going to exist in all of the religions. So with that being said, I mean, it kind of makes sense that any religion that performs an exorcism, it would probably work just as well in any of them, but I'm not sure the other religions do exorcism, at least in the sense the Catholic Church does. Like, has an entire a whole process for it and everything like that. But I'm not sure. I'd have to read up on that. It's kind of a interesting thing to think about. My theory on it. Shaitanal is the devil? Shaitan? Oh, okay. Is that in Islam, I assume? Theory on it is that religion is actually irrelevant. There's a willpower that causes the effect. To say that the raw belief that it will work doesn't bypass limitation enforcement a similar way. For emergency, people have been documented to express their superhuman strength. So, okay, I think you're basically saying what I was saying is the demon's there regardless of religion. It doesn't matter. But the willpower that's created by the exorcism itself probably is what makes the difference. Because it's quite a thing, and exorcism is one of the most powerful things in the Catholic religion. So the amount of energy it just creates in itself could be what it takes to fight off a demon. So I agree. I doubt whatever religion matters as long as you're still using that same amount of energy to kind of exorcise demons.
Eyes upstairs. Eyes upstairs. Eyes upstairs.
I hope any of that made any sense at all to anyone. Okay, so we've seen this clip. This is actually a pretty good one. It certainly looks like a reflection of something going across this TV. That being said, it wouldn't be difficult to put a video on your TV to play on cue of something going across it, because it's definitely on the screen.
One of Mark's static cameras captures what appears to be a pale translucent figure walking in front of his television nearby. Some of Mark's concerned live stream viewers believe the figure actually looks like a monk, but it's a bit hard to tell.
It kind of looks like there's something in front of it here, but I think a lot of what we're seeing is the reflection of the picture on the TV on the entertainment stand, or TV stand, whatever you want to call it.
But what do you think this sudden creepy appearance could be? Let me know down in the comments. You can follow Mark's continuing scary paranormal story and live streams over on his YouTube channel, Donnie Drunkard.
I'm going to switch videos.
You decide.
Because I'm pretty sure we've seen this one.
So this next set of videos features some very strange and creepy events. But if you're a skeptic, they could also be explained away with some fairly mundane causes. However, the videos are all extremely bizarre. So are these videos paranormal?
I like the sound of this anyway.
Or just well, normal. Let's watch and you decide. TikTok user and mother of two Jessica Duffy is not actually very active on TikTok, but there's one video taken by her Ring security camera that she just had to post. In the video, her two children can be seen joking about ghosts in the kitchen, quoting the Ghostbusters theme song. Now
We've seen this one, and this one we decided was wind. I don't know why it says we haven't watched the whole thing. So we're going to move on. I'm guessing that one's going to be a lot of the same thing. We've seen it. It's just not registering that we've seen it all. So we're going to go to... Ooh, we're not going to do an hour-long one. I don't have that much time left. I've only got about an hour left. So we're going to do this one. 5 scary ghost videos that will scare you silly.
Top 5 ghosts caught on camera. The Curse. The popular Japanese YouTube paranormal channel Fourth Wall says that they were sent strange footage of 2 guys exploring an abandoned apartment complex. As is common in Japanese videos, the identities of the 2 friends are kept anonymous with facial blurring. So this abandoned apartment...
Japan has we've seen this a lot. Japan has really strict privacy laws, so you'll very rarely actually see someone's face unless they were the ones making and putting the video out.
Apartment complex is said to be haunted, and locals tell of a single door on one of the 5 floors that is unlocked. The story goes that once you step inside the unlocked apartment door, you will be cursed. But nevertheless, these guys are determined to find out if the creepy stories are true. The explorers hop the fence surrounding the complex and quietly begin checking each and every door. All the doors on the 1st and 2nd floor are locked, so they head up to the 3rd floor when something stops them in their tracks. The 2 explorers are confused as they hear an eerie voice say in Japanese, "Stay away."
I don't think it's a voice at all. It seems more like, who knows, like some kind of sound being created by the building. It could be seismic. There's a lot of seismic activity in Japan. Could be like a minor earthquake or something like that. I don't hear a voice. I don't hear it saying any words in any language. I think it'd be a hard sell on any of that.
Now, most people would consider this a warning to leave, but these guys just kinda shrug it off and continue on. They keep checking for any unlocked apartment doors, but they have no idea that it now seems like they are being watched.
Would you be interested in a possible orb? I caught it here on Twitch a few years ago. Possibly. I have I don't want to say a disdain, but I automatically go into most orb based evidence with a lot of skepticism, because I'd say minimum 90-95% of orbs I've seen in videos is dust or bugs. So if you would like, you're more than welcome to share it in the Discord and we can have a watch. But just that forewarning, I'm not an orb guy. I never have been, because like I said, it's usually dust, bugs, snow, rain, things like that. But we can definitely have a look. I wouldn't mind seeing it. Oh, wow.
Did you see it?
Did you see it?
As they are heading back up to the 3rd floor, a mysterious translucent figure can be seen staring at them from the landing on the 5th floor.
See, I don't see anything
across the
there
plaza.
But I did see someone moving. There's nothing there. I don't know what... There's literally nothing there.
A few moments later,
but over
in a
here, there's definitely someone moving. And this is a really big abandoned apartment building. There could be squatters in here, without doubt. Why do you think it is? That of any shape, orbs become a popular thing, or if they're real, why that shape is used. I don't know. I think the shape we see is mostly just an out of focus shot, because it's so small. You know, the camera's not going to focus on it. Like if it's dust or a bug, or it's so close it can't focus on it. So it's focusing on everything beyond it, and all you get is like a round circular effect. I'm not saying no orbs are real or have any sort of paranormal basis. I'm just saying almost all that I have seen on videos and photos and things like that are easily explained as dust or bugs. But again, I'd be more than happy to have a look at it if you want to throw it on the Discord. Prisms, universal train. That's true. And it'd be a lot harder for it to fade.
Shadow can be seen, this time on the 2nd floor,
right
again on the other side of the courtyard.
I'd call that the 3rd floor, but I'd be interested to know where this light's coming from. But this could be a squatter.
The explorers have no idea what they just captured, and it was the channel 4th wall that actually found the strange unexplained figures and pointed them out. So, completely unaware of what's happening around them, they are still trying to find that one unlocked door that is said to be cursed. As they are checking doors on the 4th floor, they hear something above them.
There's a door closing. It's probably the unlocked one. You should. There you go. Got to see what it is. Of course, you've already climbed 4 floors. I'd be tired of stairs. Nope.
The guys hear a loud bang that sounds like a door slamming shut on the 5th floor. When one of them goes up alone to check it out, he sees something so scary that they both just make a run for it. Could it be that he actually saw one of the strange figures that they unknowingly captured on camera? The video ends without an explanation.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I guess we'll just never know.
And we see a lot of that on a lot of videos of abandoned places. Squatters come out and they actually will try to, they will make an effort to scare someone, trying to get them to leave because, yeah, they're not supposed to be there. The squatters, or anyone really, but the squatters aren't supposed to be there. They're trying to scare people away because it's basically where, you know, it's where they live. It's their home.
Oh. But is the apartment complex really haunted?
I don't think so. I didn't see anything.
Just an elaborate hoax? You decide.
That I still don't even see anything in
Meanwhile, on TikTok. Now this next video was shared with me through different TikTok posts multiple times. But after some research, I discovered that the original post came from Reddit. So I'm putting it in this segment, but with credit to the original Reddit poster. So, Reddit user Princess Lena 87 says that late one night her 2 friends were hanging out at their house in Colombia. After the 2 girls had had a bit too much to drink, they decided to film a few short videos just for fun.
Everything on
The two
TikTok
girls were
is-
alone at
it
the
all checks
time,
out.
but one of the videos they recorded seems to show an uninvited guest. Did you see it?
No, I
The
was
video
looking.
is cut short, but right before it ends, a very creepy red face can be seen right behind the two unsuspecting girls. The strange, distorted face seems to have glowing eyes. Reddit
It's
user
so
Princess Lena
distorted that some
87
may say
believes the face to be
it's not a
something
face at all.
evil. She says that her friend has since moved out of this house after her family went through some very bad times.
I give this a 0%.
So did the friends
A
accidentally
0 out of
capture
10.
something dark and sinister on camera? Or is it just a very bizarre optical illusion? What do you think? TikToker Lauren Rose has
that
a
was
TikTok
dumb.
account dedicated to videos of her cute cat.
If that makes it on a Nuke's Top 5 and my ghost video from my security camera does not, I'm going to be pretty upset. Redditors are now for having attention seekers. This is true. That's just a blatant attention thing. Yeah, I don't even know. It wasn't even, I don't think it's even good enough that it was a hoax. I think there's something there, some object or something, and they're like, oh, it's a face, when it's very clearly not a face. I don't know, I just thought, that was,
Cats
again,
and dogs.
0 out of 10.
However, one night her cat Sasuke is acting very strange.
Probably because
Lauren pulls out her phone to record the cat's odd behavior. But when she brightens the footage,
Sorry, I heard a weird sound.
she is shocked.
Sasuke, what are you looking at? Oh my god.
It definitely looked like a shadow.
A creepy shadow figure can be seen walking through the kitchen area in the back. Lauren says she was home alone and has...
So the thing is, we're being made to believe the cat may be seeing something, but it's clearly... Still hearing like a weird like whistling or ringing sound somewhere. But the cat's clearly not looking at this. So who knows? I'll be home in like 10 minutes. Will you still be on? In 10 minutes I will, Aurora, but I don't have that much longer. This is my last video of the day, I think. Because I got a few things to do. But in 10 minutes, yes, I'll still be on.
no idea who or what this dark, ominous figure could be. Left with basically no other options, she says she might just have to burn it with fire. But let me know what you think this could be.
Yeah. I don't know.
If you see a
We don't
video
have
that
enough
you think would be
information there
perfect
to
for the top
even
5, or if you have a ghost hunting
form an
channel and you
opinion.
caught something great, contact me at nukestop5@gmail.com. Reflections. First time ghost hunter Bono from the YouTube channel ILMN Bono Paranormal travels to an abandoned car parts factory in the city of Ostrava in the Czech Republic. The factory has been abandoned for almost 60 years after a large explosion in the building tragically took the lives of several workers.
I think we've
After
been
the
here
incident,
before.
the factory was declared to be a very unsafe work environment and was forced to close down
I may
for
not have seen
good.
this exact video, but I think I've seen a
However,
video.
locals claim that some
made
of the deceased
at this
factory workers
before.
just never left. They say that the restless spirits of the workers still roam the abandoned factory hallways. First time YouTube ghost hunter Bono is carefully exploring the large empty building when suddenly he hears a very unexpected sound.
Tady je teprve konec, jakoby. A tady to jde ještě dál. Tamhle až někam. Tam ještě. Co to je? Kámo. Teď fakt nevím, odkud to šlo.
It's definitely loud and it scared the crap out of me.
To jsem udělal sám. Kámo, tak to jsem se... Co to bylo?
Bono has no idea where the loud sound came from and is a bit freaked out. But little does he know that things are about to get even creepier.
Tady je další místnost. Tady jsou nějaké šuplíky. Nechce. No, nic moc to není. Tady takhle, nic a tady... Ne.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of videos, or not a lot of videos, but we've seen a couple videos in this very place. Because I recognize these cabinets and I remember the story. So this has been investigated quite a bit by people. It's always the same thing. Things are opening and it's nothing that exciting. I mean, if you're there and it's happening, it would be exciting.
As Bono is exploring one of the rooms, a closet door opens on its own. He just manages to capture the incident as he pans his camera around the room.
I find it a little suspicious, okay, that you're panning pretty quick and you just happen to stop panning at that closet and then the door opens. Take another look. This is that context thing I was talking about before.
And as he pans his camera around the room,
he's panning fast, just stops right at that closet or that cabinet, and then the door opens. That's pretty sus.
Through the incident as he pans his camera around the room, the first-time explorer is shocked to his core, and he just makes a run for it. But after a little time to calm down, Bono decides to continue his exploration through the haunted factory. It did not go well.
There's some scary shit. Some of them are. Some are scarier than others. This one, I don't know. And that's the exact same thing that happened in the other video we saw in the same place, that chair moving. And I'm pretty sure it was the same chair in the same office. This is definitely a different video, but we're seeing a lot of the same things.
This time,
Usman, by the way, thanks for stopping by. You are my very first commenter from YouTube. So that's something. Welcome.
A chair mysteriously slides across the floor all on its own. And now Bono has had enough. He decides to just get out of there. Now the strange unexplained bang, the closet opening on its own, and the chair inexplicably sliding across the floor are spooky enough. But there's something even creepier in this video. Something that Bono didn't even notice.
Oh, we missed something.
When Bono uploads his video, a few keen-eyed YouTube viewers point out to him that he had actually caught something downright chilling. But did you see it?
No.
As Bono enters one of the many rooms inside the factory, a shadow figure can be seen reflected in the window right in front.
That strikes me as being his reflection, or reflection of his shadow, maybe. I could be completely wrong, but I saw it but didn't think anything of it. It didn't grab my eye.
Inside the factory, a shadow figure can be seen reflected in the window right in front of the unsuspecting explorer.
Again, none too compelling.
Strangely enough, the source of the reflection cannot even be seen in front of the camera, even though it seems to pass right in front of him. Now, this is not
if you look
simply
at it doesn't seem to pass in front of the light because it doesn't block the light off. So it's kind of passing behind him. So it could be, and I may be stretching a bit here. I mean, it could be fake. Yeah, it could be. And I think most of what we see is if you look at my other videos or tune into the stream often, we find that most of them are fake or easily explained. But this may be a bit of a reach, but he's filming, his light is bouncing off this glass in front of him, right? The shadow we're seeing does not cut in front of the light. It doesn't block it out at all. So it's behind him. So I'm thinking it could be a shadow cast from the reflection off of his light off of this window. If you can track that at all, because I had a hard time tracking it myself, and I was the one saying it. But I'm not overly impressed with this one.
Odd double reflection. Note that the figure is moving sideways, and there is no second reflection of Bono's light or camera. So, did Bono unknowingly capture one of the spirits that lost their lives in the tragic factory accident 60 years ago?
Panning to look right at
Let
that
me know
cabinet as it
what
was
you think.
opening, or as it started to
The farmhouse. Paranormal investigators Cody and Sean from the YouTube channel The New Reality Paranormal are investigating a farmhouse in Southern California that's been abandoned since the late 1980s. They believe the property to be haunted by a sinister male entity named Frank, whom they suspect to be responsible for the deaths of at least two women. During one of their live streams, they discovered that they might have actually captured one of the spirits on camera.
Think they're ghosts, but they're not.
What was that?
Dude, did you just hear that, bro?
Was a shuffle behind you? What was that?
A strange white mist seems to float up towards the light that Cody is holding.
So it looks like this mist is kind of gathering itself up in a narrower body and then going into the light. All that's happening is the beam coming off the light, what this mist is reflecting on, is narrower, the closer it is to the flashlight. So it looks like it's getting narrow, but it's just the light reflecting off of it. But that doesn't answer the question of what the mist is. It's Southern California, so it's not going to be someone's breath, probably. It doesn't look like it's cold. He doesn't have long sleeves on. If he does, they're pushed up. Almost certainly not cold enough to see someone's breath. I don't see a vape or a cigarette in his hand.
A strange white mist seems to float up towards the light that Cody is holding.
Now, he could have disturbed something and stirred up a lot of dust. It doesn't really look like that. But it's unusual, but I don't think there's enough here to say, anything one way or the other. Look like Pennywise, yeah. That would be the scariest thing. You see a clown. Probably kicked up dust. Yeah, that's right. It could be dust. I don't know. It doesn't have to be him. Maybe a rat ran by. That could be. There's no telling.
Strange white mist seems to float up towards the light that Cody is holding. Now, this certainly could just be dust particles or an odd trick of the light. But it's very strange that the mist seems to travel upwards right towards Cody's light. And then, in their newest video at the farm, they capture some evidence that is much harder to explain.
That's why it looks like it's kind of funneling.
This time the guys are joined by Eric from the YouTube channel Exploring with Eric. So, New Reality Paranormal team member Sean conducts a blind spirit box session. What this basically means is that he is blindfolded and the only sound he can hear is from the spirit box. He can't hear or see anything else around him. And so he just randomly repeats aloud.
So the sensory deprivation method, I never quite understood. I think if I'm doing this, I want all my senses to be taking in as much information as possible around me. I kind of understand the principle behind it. You want to be able to really focus on like what you're hearing and stuff like that. But I mean, nothing's gonna, if you're listening to a spirit box and you can't hear anything else, I don't think anything on a spirit box is going to sneak by you. It's pretty obvious when it makes sound. But let's see what they find.
What he hears from the spirit box. Meanwhile, Cody and Eric get a little spooked as they start to hear other strange sounds and voices all around them. But their camera mics just aren't picking them up.
You're absolutely right to be yeah.
However, they do manage to capture one very strange whisper.
Does cause hallucinations. Wow. You'll be starting to pick up things that aren't there, but you're convinced they're there.
What was that, dude?
I just heard a voice.
I just heard a hey, dude.
Right.
Dude.
I'm nervous.
So this is another one. They're trying to make you think it's saying it was me. That could be someone's like pant leg rubbing up against a wall. That's, again, we're talking about that audio matrixing I talk about all the time.
I just heard a hey, dude.
Right.
Dude.
I'm nervous.
I just heard a
Woman's
hey.
voice.
I just heard a hey, dude.
Right.
Yeah,
I
definitely
I'm in
didn't
the
hear
other
it.
room.
It was me.
Oh, get out of here. Woman's voice.
You heard that, right?
I heard that loud.
Let's go in here, dude.
Not safe.
Woman's voice. Try another male voice. Jesus. Woman's voice. Please go. Woman's voice. Steven is here. Who's Steven? Another guy. Die. This place is haunted. Something cold is
This seems a little short-sighted.
You got me.
So you've got a group of guys investigating in here. There's obviously light sources and everything, and they're moving around and everything. This could be a shadow one of them is casting. You have no way to show that it isn't anyway, so you can't really present this as any kind of viable evidence, in my opinion. So that thing pops up. Yeah, I mean, that would be good. That would give us something more to go off of. I think we're seeing shadows of them being cast as they walk around, though.
Woman's voice.
New Reality Paranormal static camera captures what appears to be a strange dark figure making very odd movements at the edge of the frame. As Eric and Cody come back from the other room, you can clearly see that they are not carrying a light source that could have created the shadow.
They totally are. That guy had a camera with a light on top.
There are no other lights, so whatever was casting the dark shape would have had to been in the same room with Sean and in between the two cameras and the wall. However, there's nothing there. So just what is this? Did the New Reality Paranormal team capture something supernatural
Nothing
lurking
impressive.
in a haunted farmhouse?
Again, in my opinion.
Let me know what you think down in the comments. By the way, Sean and Cody from the New Reality Paranormal have plans to do a 5-part series of this creepy abandoned farmhouse. So be sure to check out their YouTube channel for upcoming videos.
It starts doing Fortnite
Through
dance.
the Looking Glass.
Yeah.
Now this next story might seem very familiar to you if you're a regular viewer of this channel. Now, over the course of a year, Facebook user Abiud Hernandez Alvarez has captured many terrifying paranormal experiences on
this
camera
guy again.
and shared his experiences
So
on
we've seen a lot of his content, a lot of videos, and some of them are pretty questionable. A couple of them have been actually pretty good. So we'll see what this one holds. However, I have got to pee. And I am Muslim, and my face says that there are ghosts, and they are called jinns. We've talked about jinns here, and there are a lot of evidences of real jinns caught on camera. Yeah. Actually, a lot of the videos that show up here on the Nukes Top 5 that we discuss a lot, there are a lot of Muslim ghost hunters, and we look at their footage from Jordan. I know some of them came from I think Pakistan. There was one all over kind of the Middle East. We see a lot of them on here of Muslim ghost hunters, and some of them are really interesting. They actually have some really good footage. Most of it seems to be more poltergeist like, which I need to read up more on jinns. Like, I'm aware of them, but I'm not super like versed on them, and a jinn may just be, another name for a poltergeist. I'm not sure, but anyway, I will be back in just a minute because I do have to pee. I've drank quite a bit of beer, so 1 minute, I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. Roro, welcome. You made it. I knew you would. So yeah, it was fun. We were actually just talking a few minutes ago about demons across different religions. And we kind of came to the conclusion, I think, through the discussion that regardless of religion, if a demon is existential, I mean, it's existential. It's there, regardless of what religion you practice, what you call it, or anything like that. So we're talking about how would a Catholic exorcism exorcise a demon, that maybe is Muslim, for example. And I don't think and I believe Tavia and I came to the same conclusion that it doesn't matter what religion it is. Because if you're performing this act that creates a lot of energy and everything else to exorcise a demon, that regardless if it's there, you're creating enough energy to actually exorcise it, which is why, a lot of Catholic exorcisms are well documented because they actually have, this process they go through and it creates that energy that it's hard to explain. I'm having trouble putting it all together, but it's interesting. And maybe you know better than I do. Is there a brand of exorcism in Islam? Do they have their own kind of process of exorcising demons? Or I forget what it was called. We talked about it, what the Muslim faith calls a demon, but I've witnessed Jen's activity as well, and I know they exist. No joke. That I saw a pillow falling from a sofa with no movement, like it was. Yeah, see that again sounds like poltergeist type activity. Maybe they're the same thing. Roy, I'm glad you made it in. Welcome. I assume you were at work.
His Facebook page for hundreds of thousands of people to see. Abiud claims that his apartment in Mexico City has been haunted for over a year by a restless female spirit. In Abiud's home, books are thrown off his shelves.
Yeah, we've seen so much of his stuff.
He often hears unexplained knocking and slamming sounds on his windows and doors.
4:39.
What sounds like a woman in high heels can be heard walking through his apartment, slamming doors in what seems like a fit of rage.
Yeah, it sounds like high heels walking for sure.
And
but
strangest
a lot of
of
that
all,
stuff so easily
this.
faked. Oh, okay. Good to know. Yeah, I remember seeing this. It looked like someone sitting on the bed or something. And the bear thing is weird for sure.
As Abiud is panning his camera past a mirror, a woman can be seen sitting in a chair that only seconds earlier was completely empty. Even stranger, when he turns back around, the creepy apparition of the woman is gone. There's no one there.
Yeah, it's tough to explain.
It has now
away.
been a few months since
Aside
Abiud captured the apparition
perhaps
of the
a hoax.
woman in the mirror. He says that ever since that day, the constant paranormal activity in his home has grown more violent and upsetting. He says he's now unable to get any sleep because, quote, she will not leave him alone. What started out as harmless, strange occurrences has grown into what seems to be an angry, restless entity that is slowly making Abiud's life absolutely miserable. But Abiud continues sharing his strange experience.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. The intention. Expectation and invitation of millions. A priest genuinely believes it is going to work. That raw willpower enforced by faith is what makes it work. Yeah, okay. Yeah. That actually explains what I was trying to say better than I was able to. But yes, exactly. I feel like I'll get nightmares. You might. Rora tends to. He's here on the Twitch chat. I don't think you can see the Twitch chat, Usman. But yeah, Rora gets bad dreams and stuff
on his
these.
Facebook page. As an experiment, he points his camera towards the mirror in which he caught the mysterious apparition of a woman. After almost 3 weeks of recording the mirror every single day, the camera finally captures something truly bizarre.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. I'm also streaming on YouTube and Facebook. I need to figure that out. I need to put some on-screen chat so people know when I'm talking to other people what we're talking about. That's pretty weird. Could be faked easily. Turning that little knob is a little harder to fake. Strange. So the different movements that it's making is gonna make this really hard to fake. So you got it moving one way, then the other, then the knob turning and the screen going in and out. That would be hard to do with string and stuff like that. Ghost just wants to record his film. Yeah, maybe.
The mirror begins to shake and a chain hanging at the top seems to move on its own. Then, very weird things start happening to the camera.
Yeah, true.
And strangest of all, the mirror reflection actually captures the bizarre camera movements.
Thumping sound.
In the reflection, you can see that there's no one behind the camera. Yet it moves, turns upside down, and the digital viewfinder slams open and closed. But
very
it
strange
gets
indeed.
Even creepier. One night, the power mysteriously goes off in Abiud's apartment, and things around the house seem to be moving all on their own. Abiud grabs his camera and starts recording the strange occurrences. While he's filming, he once again captures something absolutely terrifying.
Se han estado escuchando ruidos en toda la casa.
Maybe one of spandex green screen suits, maybe. Visibility suits.
Estoy tratando de
effectively.
decirme algo de una forma más directa. Se escucha más aquí en la sala y en la recámara he tratado de dejar harina también en la sala, en las sillas, en todos lados porque ha habido más movimiento. Pero las campanas ya... ¡Ay, cabrón! Esto también es lo que quería decir, o sea, Googie ha estado...
So you keep having ghost problems with this bear. Why do you keep the bear? Would you keep the bear? I don't think I would. I'm gonna go. It's 2:40 a.m. at my location. I'm going to sleep now. Peace. All right. Well, Usman, thank you so much for stopping by again. You're my first YouTube. I don't know if you're my first YouTube viewer, but you're definitely my first YouTube chatter. So I really appreciate it. Please hit that subscribe button over there at YouTube and check us out next time we're live. Appreciate it very much, and we'll see you later.
De posición en toda la recámara y pues no sé a qué se deba. Solo ocurre en la recámara.
So he gets rid of the bear and the bear returns on its own.
Esto también está
Yeah, I mean that would definitely be pretty scary. Give it to the neighbors. There's a method if you don't like it.
Lo que es el asiento y... Pero no lo voy a distinguir mucho. Voy a tratar de leer esta misma hoja con más calma en otro momento. Y bueno, los murmullos de la chica me cerraron la ventana.
While your neighbors are annoying. Perfect then. Yeah. If you ever get something haunted, give it to them.
No pienso abrir la puerta en esta ocasión. Definitivamente no.
Now, there are a lot of things happening in this video, so let's break them down. The door slams, and then when Abiud opens it, a teddy bear that was sitting in a chair has mysteriously moved all the way across the room. A door slams shut. A chair slides across the floor on its own. The pages of a book flip over, and he hears unexplained knocking at his front door.
Awesome, Usman. Thank you.
But there's one truly horrifying event that Abiud didn't even notice when he recorded the video.
Doesn't have all the lights off right now.
Did you see it?
Building atmosphere.
When Abiud hears something closing his window and turns around.
I've thought about that. I've thought about that quite a bit, actually. Everyone assumes you have to turn all the lights off and stuff to do a paranormal investigation. I think it adds to the effect of, being scared and that whole creepy vibe. But does it really add anything to the evidence? Probably not, other than, say you're, for some reason, the infrared spectrum or something shows up better for spirits, or spirits show up better in the infrared spectrum, I should say. And, white light would interfere with that specific tool. If you have IR, night vision, and all that, perhaps they show up better. So it would make more sense that way. We've seen more, I'd say, haunting footage on IR, but is that because it shows up better, or is that because everyone films in the dark? Who knows? You can come out now. It could be a green screen man. Good thing the electricity running through the walls should help with paranormal activity happening. That's true, but it would also throw a lot of false EMF readings and stuff. Time to buy a tank. It's always time to buy a tank.
Creepy female apparition is back, this time in the reflection of the mirror in the living room. When Abiud pans around the room only seconds later, there's no one there. The frightening apparition seems to have disappeared.
She looks like she's holding something. Like she's taking a selfie in the mirror. The angle doesn't add up for it to be him or whoever's holding the mirror or the camera here. It'd be someone like, I doubt you can see, but that direction. Kind of interesting. I mean, you could probably fairly easily stage all this if you wanted to put forth the effort. There was a guy in the U.S. that stole the tank and was driving around. That was in Colorado, and it wasn't a tank. It was a bulldozer, and he welded a bunch of steel to it to work as armor. There's actually a really good documentary about him. I forget the channel or the streaming service, but it's really interesting. He was fighting the righteous fight.
So could it be that Abiud captured the ghost of the woman that's haunting his apartment?
Oh, not that
once, but twice? What do you think? Now, just as a side note, Abiud Hernandez Alvarez absolutely refuses to create a YouTube channel.
No, I remember, yeah. I want to say it was in Texas. Yeah, someone did full on, break into an Army Guard unit or reserve unit, stole an M1 Abrams, and yeah, made a whole thing. Oh, San Diego. M60 or M40. Oh, maybe we're thinking of different things then.
He does not monetize or sell any of his videos. Abiud says he is only interested in sharing his scary experiences and is grateful for the unexpected attention that he has received. So is it all real? Or is it all a very, very elaborate hoax? You decide.
Oh, right.
Thanks for watching. For channel updates and other weird stuff, follow me on Instagram here.
Okay, so that is going to be it for us today. I really appreciate everyone stopping by. Sorry it took so long to get back on, but you know how life goes sometimes. And trying to think. I'm used up the next 3 days. I got tomorrow at work, and then this weekend I'm off. Let's look at that real quick, Aurora, since you brought it to our attention. But anyway, next 3 days I won't be around. Hopefully, actually the next 5 days, I guess. Hopefully next Wednesday I'll be on here again. Just saying haunting, severe, inactive. I wouldn't be randomly recording clips. I have 24. Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot of channels out there where people do that. They just have security cameras always running in their houses. Yeah, I do remember this. It's pretty funny. There goes a Whataburger. Looks like an old tank. Say, you're the expert on this stuff. No way I'd be able to identify it. It's either an Abrams or a Sherman to me. And that's neither. It's pretty badass though. Not much you can do about that. Call in an airstrike, maybe. Or someone with a better tank. Pretty cool. But, alright, well, thank you, everybody, for stopping by. And please, if you haven't already, hit that follow button. Also, pretty new with a lot of this stuff. Go check out my YouTube channel. I believe it's linked on the Twitch page, but it's Scallywag32 on YouTube as well. And I just made a new Facebook page, Scally, first name Scally, last name Wag. It's going to have my little ghost icon on it, so if you could throw me a follow over there as well. I don't have any, or not a follow, friend, add a friend. I don't know, I haven't been on Facebook in so long. I don't know. But, anyway, yeah, I appreciate everyone stopping by as always, and hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later when I see you all again. But until then, everyone take care, and once again, thank you so much.